Hey, what's up, traders? Gonna keep it short today, mostly because I don't want you all to hear me cry. I couldn't find anything decent today, except for AMC, and I called that, and then I missed the trade myself, so I called it over the mic. Anyway, the SPY very narrow range. Look at the SPY intraday. Gaps up a little bit, pulls back down, and then straight sideways for like five or 6 hours, and that doesn't usually yield a bunch of good setup. So anyway, that's kind of day it was. The AMC idea was really popping right about here, and I said if it can flag at 8 for a little bit, I like it over 8 because I like the daily over 8, something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing. There was maybe a 10-minute flag. If you looked at it on like ones or twos, you can see how nice it looked. All right. So then, right, you've got this and then a fairly tight flag. So the 8 break, which is relevant on the daily chart, which I'm not showing you here, yields about a 15 or 20 cent stop, right, below this flag if you take the 8 break. I mean, it just went nuts. It even halted. And then there's the daily. So I'll take today's candle out of it, show you why I liked the 8 break. I got to zoom way in, though. So remember this day when Amazon said they're going to invest however many billion into movie theater movies or movies designed for movie theaters. This one, AMC popped pretty close date. I talked about it after that day, said there's a lot of shorts in the name. You have another potential catalyst over 835, and it chopped sideways for a few days, and I can't believe I missed that. I did play a couple pullbacks in it, made a few bucks in it, but overall, couldn't find much to trade. That is probably my one highlight from the day. One thing I did right. Let's say, and let's just keep it short and sweet, like I said. OKTA, let me pan out a little bit. Things we're going to watch tomorrow. Remember, I'm a day trader, so these are things that may give me an intraday setup tomorrow to take a trade, but I'm in cash every night. Nice little breakout today on earnings. See if we get a continuation day tomorrow. Kind of the same thing with SPLK. AT, sort of, well, recent new issue. Today pushed through 16, went to 16.12. Interesting to me, even though it's had a nice 2-day run, you've got the all-time highs pretty close above, so that could be an area where shorts get squeezed out, right? So it's certainly interesting tomorrow, maybe through 16 if we get a proper chart set up, level 2 and all that line up, right? KTRA, huge move today. Certainly worth watching, but as Kevin, I think it was Kevin P pointed out, it's already had a big 3-day move, so I'd like to see that consolidate for a couple days, but I'm going to put it on chart tomorrow. BHC had the gap up yesterday, red candle, then today kind of a bullish engulfing. Maybe it breaks out of this range tomorrow. So I'm going to watch that one. GRND just goes right back on bounce watch. This was my favorite today. Yesterday it topped out at 744-ish, and today topped out at 740. I loved this, after it looked like this. I love this over 740 with yesterday's high just above, and it just never, ever went. So at the end of the day, got a little bit of selling. So it just stays on bounce watch. COSM, penny stock, getting a lot of attention, and now you've got 3 days in a row right there in the buy zone between the 8 and the 20. Certainly going to put this one on bounce watch tomorrow. I'm not a big fan of trading penny stocks. I never know how many shares to buy to make it worthwhile, and yet still have to adapt for liquidity issues. Although this thing's trading monster volume, so there probably aren't really liquidity issues in it. Tilray curling up. Pot stocks, the pot. One of the pot stock ETFs is MSOS, and look at what this did at the end of the day. So something might be brewing with pot stocks, and so that I just chose Tilray to watch. Could also, if MSOS itself gives you a decent setup, right? You may find something just in that. EHTH, a nice little breakout today, closing off its highs. I'm going to watch that one tomorrow. A couple more. NEON, big push today, topped out right at the hole number 6. As I'm looking, actually it's over 6 now, and after hours it did that after hours 6 break. I might have been watching that in another time. There's the intraday today. I might have been watching that for an after hours 6 break. What I mean in another time is lately stuff hasn't been setting up and or moving in after hours, so it's not something, even though I see it now at 625, it's not something I probably would have traded anyway, because the environment isn't really, we're not seeing the after hours move. So even if it moves without me, I'm not going to look at that and go, man, I missed an opportunity. I try to listen to the market, right? And the overall market's been telling me there's not a lot of action in after hours. So again, I don't feel like that's a miss. Certainly worth watching tomorrow, though. It moved pretty big today. And lastly, AMC, I already talked about it. I love the volume today, but closed way off its highs. This thing actually went to 915. So you've got some bag holders from today, but at the same time, it's holding up. The daily chart's holding up ever since, it broke 8 back here, broke 8 again. Definitely going to watch that one. And that's it for me. If you're interested, I talk about earnings sometimes. Zscaler had earnings after hours, closed at 144.50. Right now it's trading at 128.66. So maybe one to watch tomorrow as well. All right, guys, I'm done babbling. We'll see you in the chat room in the morning.